Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Abir Bhattacharya, and for the next few videos I am going to teach you the very basics of GitHub. Okay, now before understanding the basics of GitHub or what we can do on it, let's see what is GitHub. GitHub is a place where you can build anything alone or with a bunch of people. Okay, it's a place full of resources. So if you are finding or looking for any code or anything, you can also find the same on GitHub as well. Now let's take an example how we can work on GitHub. Let's say you're building a website. Okay, now for building the website you need a front end team and a back end team. Now let's say the front end team has got to do two pages, and for each page there are two people assigned. So for page 1 two people, and for page 2 two people. Similarly for the back end as well, let's say we have got two people for page 1, two people for page 2. Now the total number of people therefore are 8 people. So 8 people building a website. Previously what ideas would have come to your mind when I would have said 8 people are building a website? You will say the first bunch of people will complete the entire code, mail it to the other person, then the second person will be doing the rest of the code, and so on. But in GitHub, all of the 8 people can work together just by making a single repository. Okay, now that's a huge advantage. Now before doing anything on GitHub, there are a few terms which comes in handy and we need to understand those terms. The first one will be repository. A repository is like a giant folder which may contain subfolders as well on the GitHub website. Okay, and it can also contains files in it as well. Next thing is fork. Fork or forking is creating a duplicate of another GitHub repository. Okay, duplicates are made because if we make certain changes in the main repository and those changes were not to be made, then it will be affecting a lot. Okay, so for that we have to create a duplicate of the main repository and make changes to it. By making changes to that we won't be affecting the main repository, and so forking is a very useful tool in the making of, in our GitHub repository, I mean in GitHub. Now how we can do that? It's very easy. This is the GitHub repository. Let's click on fork. I've already forked it, so clicking on this one, this is the forked repository. It looks exactly same as the original repository, which is this one. This one is the original repository. Now see here, hello world is written in small h. I'm trying to make that change now. Okay, let me click on readme, edit it. I'm going to make this h capital. Okay, now let me wait, commit changes. Don't worry about what I am doing right now. You will be understanding them in the next few videos. See, capital H in my forked repository but small h in this repository. This shows that the changes have not affected. The next thing is pull request. A pull request is the thing which you do after you have made changes to a forked repository. Okay, it's like asking the owner of the main repository to merge your changes to that repository for the betterment of that repository. It's another way of asking the owner that I have made certain changes to the repository. If you find them useful, then please merge them to your main repository. Now let's see how we can do this. See, this is the one which was forked before and the changes were made. This capital H1. It's very easy to make a pull request. Just go over here, click on pull request. It's able to merge. That's green. That's very good. Now we have to click on create pull request now. Then we have to leave a few comments. What are the changes you have done? Yeah, so let me write them. Okay, so I've read it. I've written it. Now the next thing you have to do is click on create pull request, and there you go. That's how you make a pull request. The next thing is merge. Merging is from the point of view of the person on whose repository we have suppose contributed or made certain changes and created a pull request. Okay, so if the person finds that the changes made are good and they don't come in the objective of the repository, that person will be happy to merge your repository. And once it's done, how it's shown is you'll find this you will find this purple colored merge written shown between the pull request you have created, and that's how you know that your changes have been merged to the main branch. So these are the few basics, and I'll see you in the next video where I'm going to show you how to make a repository of your own and add files to it. So stay tuned. Thank you.